Hello everyone and welcome to the Alba Method. It's been a while since I've been able to create some new content. I have been nursing and healing from a shoulder injury, and I'm just really excited to be back on my mat and back moving again. So today's flow is a gentle all levels vinyasa. We're just going to get moving. This flow is great for the morning when you're just waking up, maybe before or after a workout, or if you just want some gentle movement. We're really going to be focusing on our breath today, and what I mean by that is not necessarily connecting breath to movement, but rather using our breath to find some expansion and some space in the areas that we're focusing on. So with that in mind, you're just going to need your body and your mat. When you're ready, I'll meet you there. All right, today we're going to start in a comfortable seat, and I'm going to start facing forward. But you can find your space at the top of your mat, or you can face me, whatever is most comfortable. If you need a block or a blanket to support your hips, wherever is most comfortable to find a seated position where you can find a nice neutral spine. And once you've found that space, I want you to take a deep breath in, roll out those shoulders a couple times. And as you exhale, either find a nice soft steady gaze or simply close the eyes, resting the hands on the knees, and just pause here, bringing your awareness and your attention to your physical body and the physical space around you. And as you settle into this space, take a moment to soften the space between the brow, the jaw behind the ears, and the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And maybe you let the lips gently part as you just find some awareness for this physical space, your physical body. And start to find some softness down through the neck and shoulders, and notice where you hold tension unconsciously. And see if you can just release the tension with your breath, with some awareness and focus. From here, gently start to pull the belly button just ever so slightly in towards the spine. Find yourself sitting up a little taller, leaning back ever so slightly so you feel the weight in your sit bones, feeling yourself supported and strong in your base. And as you come up towards the chest and neck, becoming lighter, softer, more relaxed. Take a breath in and just let it go. Just finding a natural rhythm through the breath, but finding awareness and paying attention to where the breath is in the body. Take another inhale. And exhale. And try not to force or strain. Just notice where the breath is. And on your next inhale, start to think about the breath moving in more of a three-dimensional way. So the lungs and that chest cavity start to move forward and back, side to side, up and down, all together as if you were inflating a balloon and deflating. Notice any sensations that are arising in the legs, any numbness or tingling, knowing that we will be moving shortly. So take another breath in and just let the breath keep you still. If your eyes are closed, gently start to flutter them open as you continue to just find stillness and awareness, noticing the space around you and the space within you. From here, using one hand to support, leaning over to one side, reaching that opposite arm up and over, staying heavy in the hips. Bringing the ears back over the shoulders, reaching through the fingertips. Continue to lean into that right hand. Gently engaging those side oblique muscles on your right side. And as you do that, finding a little bit of slight engagement, start to shift your breath into that left lung, into that left rib cage as you take an inhale. Reach and crunch a little deeper on that exhale. Beautiful. Stay here for one more breath. And let it go. Pushing into that bottom hand, let's switch sides. Using that opposite hand for support as you reach that opposite hand up and over. Reaching as you stay heavy through the hips and then bringing the head in line with the neck and shoulders. And just pause here. Notice what you feel. Staying heavy in the hips, continue to reach through the fingertips as you start to engage through those left oblique muscles, those side rib cage muscles. Inhale into that right side. See if you can find a little expansion, and then as you exhale, a little bit more engagement through that left side. Good. Staying here for one more breath. And then coming back to your center. Taking a breath in, roll those shoulders down the back, and from here, go ahead and spin the palms to the sky, keeping the shoulders relaxed, using your arms, lift the hands, palms come to touch overhead, look up at your hands, and as you exhale, releasing the hands down by the sides, dropping your chin to your chest, pause. Relax the shoulders, feel the back of the neck get long. And then again, with the breath, inhale into the chest as you lift the gaze, lift the hands, bringing palms to touch. Allow the head to drop back ever so slightly. And then exhale, gaze down as you breathe. Chest to chin and chin to chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Relaxing those hands down by your sides. Good. Let's shift. Rolling over those legs, coming into a tabletop position, coming into all fours. So bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, as always, knees under the hips, pulling the belly in, the low rib cage in slightly. And just notice where your knees are, making sure they're underneath your hips, and you can press down through the tops of the feet or keep your toes tucked under. And just pause here. Again, pulling the low ribs in, so finding a slight engagement through the core. Start to press more through your index finger and your thumb, keeping your gaze down, right between the hands. Feeling this nice, strong, solid foundation as we start to shift the shoulders over the wrists. Continue to press through the heels of the hands and then shift back, hips to the heels. Good. I like to keep my toes tucked under here. It gives the arches a nice little stretch, waking up the feet. Go ahead and inhale, shift forward. Taking those shoulders just a couple inches past the wrists. Continuing to press through each fingertip equally, shifting the hips back towards the heels. Just taking some nice, slow, organic movement. Waking up the joints, waking up the body. Good, let's do that one more time. And from here, go ahead and bring the big toes to touch. Open those knees wide. And let's settle into our child's pose, bringing the forehead down to the mat. Feeling light through the heart space. Heavy through the hips. And if your knees don't go that wide, that's okay. You can always keep your knees together here, creating a nice back stretch through the lower lumbar. And then as you inhale, coming back to center, back to that tabletop position. Good. Keeping the head in line with the shoulders, pressing down through the hands. We're going to try not to shift too much side to side. We're going to start with a spinal balance. So extending that right foot back, taking your left arm forward as if you were shaking someone's hand. Reach forward and then press through that right heel. Lifting it a little bit higher than you may think to get that hip right in line with the heel, activating the hamstring. Take a few ankle circles with that right foot in one direction and then the other. Good. Start to point the toe and then flex the foot. Point the toe and flex the foot. Continue to press through that right hand and release. Switch sides. setting it up. Extending through that left foot and reaching through the right fingertips. Press through your left hand. Being aware of your low ribs, creating a nice solid foundation through the midline. Continue to press through the right knee. Lifting that left heel just maybe 1 inch higher than you think. Continue to reach, bringing that bicep towards the ear as your gaze continues down towards the ground. Take an inhale and release. Good. Taking around a cat and cow here just to shift and adjust, reset. Noticing the difference so far and then finding a nice neutral spine. From here I want you to flip one hand so the right fingertips face back towards that knee and then just gently shift the hip back towards the back of your mat. You want to continue to press through each fingertip as you press through the heel of your hand. Try to relax the shoulder. And if your fingertips don't point all the way back, that's okay. Gotta start somewhere. Shake that out, switch sides. Pointing those left fingertips back. We want the crease of the elbow to face forward as much as we can. As you relax that shoulder, shift the hip back ever so slightly so you feel nice stretch through that wrist, through that palm. Again, sending your breath to that tension, any tightness. And then when you're ready, when you feel balance, go ahead and shake that out. Good. From here, I want you to bring the tops of your feet flat, sitting your hips to your heels. Once again, just roll out those shoulders a couple times. And then I want you to interlace the hands, interlace the fingers, pressing your palms towards the front of your space. As you do that, pull the low ribs in, finding a nice neutral engagement. We want to think about pressing through the hands, letting the shoulders spin. And then as you inhale, start to reach biceps by the ears. Continue to shrug up towards the ceiling with the palms, almost hiding your ears with your biceps. And then relax the shoulders as you bring those palms down about chest high. And we don't want to find too much movement through the midline. I find myself arching my back a little here. We want to really control the movement right through the upper body. So just be aware of that. Check in and reset if needed. Pressing through the palms, inhale, start to bring those biceps by the ears. Pressing through the palms, and then you want to almost play tug-of-war with the hands, gently pulling the fingers apart as if you're going to release your hands, and then press the palms towards the front of the room. Now from here, find almost a cat round spine as you drop your chin to your chest, tuck your pelvis as you pull the belly in. Nice slow movement. Good. Now we can start to find a little more expansion. So start to open the chest. Nothing forced. Just nice slight opening as you bring the biceps maybe behind the ears here. Continue to press up through the palms. And then as you exhale, relax the shoulders around through the spine. Pull the belly in. Maybe even lean back. Good. Let's do that again. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful work. Go ahead and roll out those wrists a couple times. And we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. We're going to start with the knees bent. So taking your hands towards the top of your space, spread the fingertips wide, and then just set up your downward facing dog, maybe by pedaling out the heels, looking underneath one shoulder or the other, whatever feels good in your body. Take a moment to just explore if this is your first down dog of the week, of the day, of the month, of the year, wherever you are in your practice today. Just take a moment. No judgment, no analyzing, just noticing. Pressing into the fingertips, allow the forehead to just relax down. Neck and shoulders relax. Using your arm muscles to support you, using your legs, engaging, pressing through the balls of the feet, letting the heels be light, being soft but strong. Go ahead and inhale, shift forward to a plank. Good, taking shoulders over wrists, keep pressing through the heels, and then hips go up as the gaze goes down, downward facing dog. Now from here, think about the low back. Think about the tailbone. Take an inhale, just breathe into that space. See if you notice any widening, any expansion, and then start to come back into a plank position. Continue to breathe into the back body, right between the back side of the rib cage. Pressing through the ground, and then shift hips up and back as you gaze down. Good. 2 more, nice and slow. Inhale, using your muscles to support your body. Good. Exhale. Paying attention to what you're doing. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, shift back. Good. Coming down to the knees and then slowly making your way onto your belly, making sure the feet are about inner hip width distance apart. We want to spin the front of the hip bones down. So what do I mean by that? I almost want to tuck my hip bones underneath me so that I feel this nice widening through the low back, pressing through the tops of the feet. You can even take a look back to make sure that they're where they need to be. And then we're going to prop ourselves up onto the forearms, but you're going to walk those elbows forward a little bit. It might feel a little awkward at first. We're just going to focus here on the low back. So engaging the glutes slightly. And you almost want to press through the front side of your pelvis and into the low belly to find a little lift through the chest. Relax the shoulders down the back and start to press through the elbows and the forearms. And then start to press through the pinky edge of each hand and just notice what you feel. Taking a breath in and letting it out. So just a slight activation, just some slight energy that we're creating in the body. And even though it may not look like we're making movement, we're still creating heat by pressing through the tops of the feet, by pressing through the elbows and each fingertip, relaxing the face. And then slowly bring those hands by the shoulders as you drop down all the way, bringing the forehead to the mat. You're going to walk those hands back. Think about those shoulder blades gliding down the back towards the back side of the pelvis, and then press through the tops of your feet. As you inhale, just peel the chest about 2 inches off the ground. The hands stay down. The elbows want to drop back towards the back wall. And then slowly release. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, crunching up through the low back, using those back muscles. And exhale. 1 last time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Pressing yourself back up. Let's reset into downward facing dog. Just notice the difference. Make those little adjustments in the hands and the feet. And reset in this position, in this down dog shape. Good. Taking a breath in, lift the heels. Just stretch the arches as you exhale. Just soften through the heels, bend your knees, and step forward towards the top of your space. Coming into our first forward fold. So the knees can be bent here. And you want to just let the upper body start to get nice and heavy. But I want you to stay active through your feet. So rather than using your back muscles, as we tend to do, we want to really use our lower body to support the upper body. Coming into a halfway lift, bring the hands to the shins, like I said, to support the back so you can kind of relax those low back muscles. And then think about the legs, the backs of the legs, pressing through the heels to bring ourselves up to a standing position. Sometimes we may not notice that we're using our back muscles to lift ourselves up when really that's the job of the legs. So by moving slower and paying attention, we can relax the back muscles, start to engage our hamstrings more to then lift ourselves up. And you'll notice a huge difference in the neck and the hips when you start to really activate the legs to support the upper body as opposed to the back. So let's come back to our space, taking the feet about hip width distance apart. Relax your hands down by your sides. Palms can spin open, or wherever is comfortable. And just take a breath in. Let the shoulders relax. Check in. And then bring your awareness to your feet and just think about pressing through the big toe mound and the big toe. And we're not gripping with all of this strength and force. We're just pressing, just a slight awareness to the toes. You can even look down at your feet to create that mind-body connection that can help. Good. Just Checking it out, lifting all 10 toes. And again, noticing what happens when you press more through the big toe mound, the pinky edge in the center of each heel. Notice how that energy kind of travels up through the legs. From here, I want you to take your arms forward. Go ahead and reach up and then start to gaze forward as you keep your arms overhead. Interlace those hands and then press the palms to the sky. Pulling the low ribs in, just take a gentle side body stretch over to the right. Breathing into that left side again as you stay heavy in the left heel. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, stretching over to the left. Again, breathing into that right side as you crunch through the left side. Stay heavy in that right heel. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. And release those arms down by your side. Good. From here, reach forward and up. This time, spin the palms and just slide the shoulder blades down the back. Let's do that a couple more times. Just warming up those shoulders. A few arm circles here. Good. Getting the shoulder blades involved. Getting the arms involved. One more time. Good. Now reach forward. Bring your palms to touch. And then we're going to bring our hands to heart, but I want you to find energy through the fingertips. So let the shoulders relax. Here we want to work on engaging the chest, pulling the low ribs in, feeling the side ribs engage as we press the palms together. Feel that activation. Keep that activation as you reach the arms up. Go ahead and look up. Release the back of your head. And then we're going to swan dive over the legs. The heart leads, forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Take a halfway lift here. Good. Step back to your plank and pause. Noticing what you're feeling. Breathing into that back side. And then coming down to the knees. Lower all the way down to your belly. Once again, making those adjustments. Tops of the feet flat. Set up your shape first. And then inhale. Lift the chest. Let the gaze follow. Exhale, slowly release. Good. From here, we're going to gaze over to your right side. And we're going to extend through our left fingertips. So you may need to adjust your body a little bit. We want those left fingertips right in line with our left shoulder. The top of that shoulder head is glued into the mat. And then from here, using that right hand for support, we're just going to lift that right leg up and over. You may need to walk that foot in or out. Keeping the head nice and relaxed, pressing through that left arm as you rotate open through the right knee. Staying heavy in the hips, take a breath in. And let it go. And then we'll switch sides. So extending those right fingertips, looking over to your left, using that left hand as a kickstand, and then as you're ready, rolling onto that right hip and using that left hand as a kickstand. Again, the head is heavy as you press through that right hand and press through that right shoulder head, opening up through that left side. Take a breath in. Nice and heavy on that right side. Good. One more breathing into that left rib cage. Exhale, get nice and heavy as you roll back to your center. Bring those hands underneath you. We make our way back to your downward facing dog, taking the hips up and back. Good. Just notice the difference. Good. From here, take an inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bending your knees, looking forward and stepping forward towards the top of your space. Again, setting up your feet first, finding that halfway lift, pause. Maybe finding even a slight bend through the knees. Now relax the back muscles, pressing through the heel. Use your legs to lift the upper body. Inhale, reach those arms forward, up. Interlace the hands as you press your palms up to the sky. Keep your gaze forward. Taking that stretch over to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center and stretch over to the left. Remember, engaging that left side as you expand through the right. Coming back to center, inhale. Good. From here, bring your palms to touch as you look up, releasing the back of the head. Stretch, inhale. Exhale, dive over the legs, forward fold. Good. Finding that halfway lift. And then stepping back, finding your plank. Pause, stacking the shoulders over the wrists with control. Drop down to the knees, pulling those elbows back As you come all the way down, bringing the forehead down, make those adjustments. Keeping the glutes strong. Inhale, lift the chest, finding that cobra. Exhale, release. Tucking your toes and making your way back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Good. From here, picking up that right foot, bringing the toes in line with the hip. Doesn't have to lift too high, and then bend your knee, step wide to a runner's lunge. Bringing that back knee down, pause. Bring your hands right underneath the shoulders for support. And again, you want that weight to go into that front foot, really standing on that front foot. And then ever so slightly pressing the knee towards the pinky edge. Let the shoulders relax. Take your gaze forward. Just breathe. Good. Staying heavy in that front foot. Taking that left hand out for support. Start to reach that right arm forward. And then you're going to start to reach it up and then back behind you. The gaze can stay where it's most comfortable for your neck. But we're going to try and find some rotation in the neck as we find rotation through that right arm. So gaze forward, start to take the gaze up, to start to take the gaze back. Good, let's do that one more time, staying heavy in that front foot, pressing through that left hand. Good, one more time, inhale, reach up, reach back. And then we'll bring that right hand down. Pick up that back foot, reach the right leg high as you inhale, and then just bend that knee, get heavy through that heel. Start to gaze underneath your right shoulder, and then release to your downward facing dog. Just reset, take a breath. Good. On your next inhale, left leg reaches up. And then we'll step wide to the runner's lunge. So taking that foot to the outside of the mat, bringing your back knee down. So making those adjustments. And if you need any props here, you can grab those. Again, staying nice and heavy through that front foot so the knee can go over the ankle here. And then pressing that knee slightly out, finding energy through that pinky toe, taking that right hand out for support. So we're stable here. We'll start to find some movement. Reach forward with that left hand. Moving through the rib cage, start to reach up, reach back. Good. Inhale, reach forward. Start to reach up, reach back, taking the gaze with you. Good. Again, reach forward, reach up, reach back. Beautiful. One more time. Reach forward, reach up, reach back, pause. And then we reset. Plant those palms, pick up that back knee, sweep the left leg high, pause. And then as you're ready, bend the knee, get heavy. See if we can take your gaze underneath that left shoulder. Releasing to your downward facing dog. Just take a breath in and let it go. Beautiful. Coming down to the knees. Go ahead and shift your hips to one side, taking your legs out in front of you. We're going to find this nice wide diamond shape. So bringing the soles of the feet together, bringing the hands to the shins. So again, we want to find this widening through the low back. And we're using our hands on the ankles for leverage. So you kind of use those to prop yourself up a little bit. And finding some energy through the feet. Allow the shoulders to relax. And just drop one ear towards the shoulder. And then switch, just moving the head side to side, keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. Good. From here, start to find just some little half circles. Nice and slow. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the breath fluid. Noticing any tight spots, tension. And then coming back to center, start to gaze over your right shoulder, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Just move through the neck. And then gazing over your left shoulder, bringing chin towards the shoulder. Good. To the right and to the left. Good. One more time each side. And then coming back to center, take a big inhale. As you exhale, walking those hands down towards the ankles, rounding through the spine, bring your forehead down towards your heels. Good, inhale, right into your low back, right into the low pelvis area. Exhale, get heavy. Good, from here, go ahead and find your way on your back. Pulling your knees into your chest. Just pausing here for a moment. Again, taking some ankle circles with those feet. And then just release that left foot. Pull your right knee into your chest. And I still want you to find some energy and activity through that left foot for support. But allow your left hip to relax and just press through the heel. Good. Taking your hands behind the back of that right thigh. Just extend the heel. Nice gentle stretch here. And then we're going to bend that knee, taking the ankle to the knee. Flex your foot, grabbing the back of your left thigh. And we want to bring that left heel in line with your left knee, coming into this figure 4 shape. Continuing to breathe into that right hip, softening where you need to soften. And as you're ready, release that left foot, pull your right knee into your chest. Start to extend your left heel, press through that left heel as you pull your right knee up towards the armpit. And then we'll cross that right knee over, across the left side of the body as you cactus circle post that right arm. And if your neck allows it, take your gaze all the way over that right shoulder. Breathe. Noticing where the breath is maybe constricted. Finding ways to move with the breath. Even those soft, subtle movements. Good. On your next inhale, coming back through center. And we'll release that right foot. Pull the left knee in, adjust the hips on the mat. And then extending that left heel. Supporting the leg with the hands, relaxing the shoulders. Feeling a nice gentle hamstring stretch. You can lengthen the stretch by pulling that leg closer towards you, but try to stay relaxed through the hip. Good. From here, bend that knee, taking the ankle to the knee. And then if you're ready, go ahead and grab the back of that right thigh once more, bringing the heel in line with the knee. Staying heavy through the low back. Remember, relax the backs of the shoulders. Relax the back of the neck. Good. Release that right foot. Pull the left knee back in towards your chest and then extending through that right heel as you pull the left knee in. Start to cross over the right side of that body as you look over your left shoulder. Staying heavy once again through the hips. And then as you're ready, coming back to center. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bring the tips of the shoulder blades together as you press through the back of the head and the backs of the arms. Bring your awareness to the center of each heel. And then finding some stability through the back side. Inhale, just start to lift the hips, finding a bridge pose. Pressing through the back of the head, lengthening the neck. Breathing into the front side of the chest. And then think about pressing to the center of each heel and lifting the toes. That's going to help engage those hamstrings. Try to relax your glutes a little. Once again, using the legs to support the body and then slowly release. Good. One more time. Inhale, lifting the hips. Use your legs, pressing to the center of each heel. Relax the glutes. Using the leg muscles. And then slowly release. Pulling your knees back in towards your chest. Go ahead and wrap your arms around your shins, pulling in, feeling just your mid-spine on the mat. Maybe rock side to side, giving the muscles a little love. And then from here, we'll take a full body stretch, so reaching those arms overhead, pointing the toes like you just woke up in the morning. Expand into all of that space. And then take a breath, taking your hands to your belly. Just notice the difference in your body, in your breath. And then gently pulling your knees back into your chest and making your way over onto one side, pressing yourself up to your seat, to where we first began. And then bringing the hands to the knees, just sit up tall. Once again, finding that gaze or close the eyes. And just take a moment to find gratitude for whatever it is you're grateful for today. Keeping your attention and your focus. And allowing your breath to guide you. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest, honoring the self first and foremost for showing up. Now we get to take this energy into the day, into the rest of our world. So bringing your thumbs to your forehead, go ahead and lift your gaze, just saluting this practice and saluting ourselves. We bow. Thank you so much. Much love. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, if you liked this video and you're new, please hit that subscribe button and that bell so you can stay up to date on all of my latest videos. I will be having some new content for you soon, some more power videos as my shoulder continues to heal. I can't wait to see you all again soon. Ciao.